Hello, Transformers fans, and today what I have for you is the DNA Designs DK-08 Plus, the second part of their Power of the Primes Optimus upgrade kit. And you see the few basic items that are actually in this kit. So, there we go. So, alrighty. Alright, and we remember what we have from the last time here. And I have not touched him since I made that video. Alright, so we'll move him a little bit up out of the way, and we will bring in the parts. Alright, so we have two of these, which do end up becoming his new shoulder pads, just done in a silver plastic. A little bit of molded and detailing. No paint on it, but it looks pretty good. So, there we go for that. And we get two new blasters. And let's see here. I'll put that off to the side for now. Look quite good. And some molded detailing in there. And these do compact and extend. And here we go. You see, even when they're compacted, they are still longer than the ones that actually come with him originally. So, and then when extended, and about a half an inch longer this way. Quite cool. So, we got those. And then we have the articulated hands. And yes, it does have the weird thumb post hole for the weapon. So, yeah, we got that. Okay, dokey. Alright, so thumb is still located in the center of the hand and can be used on either side. So you got that rotation right there, and you got a hinge right here at the thumb. And then the fingers do splay out for any or all grabbing poses. And then you got a hinge right down here. They do move independently. And then you got one joint right here for each finger. So we got two of those. There we go. And, you know, basic detailing. So, there we have that. Alright. So, let's go ahead and take that sword out. Let's take the gun out of that hand. Alright, and I think we will start with this up here. And we just take these off. Right there. And then we can Guy likes to fall over. Okay, so obviously we got 2 posts and we got the 2 holes right here. So we just peg these in on either side, and that gives him the much bigger shoulder pads. Alright. And then we put the other one in here. If it wants to go in. There we go. And this guy really likes to lean backward. Alright. And for the hands, you know, obviously we just pop out the mushroom peg. And then we pop the new ones on. Oh, something I did forget to mention, just like with the their Power of the Primes, Predaking, with their Power of the Primes Predaking hands, these do... Stop falling over. Stop falling over, thank you. They do have a wrist joint too, and the this bit does move. Don't see as to why this moves, but yep, oh, there he goes again, falling backwards. There we go. And then we pop the second hand on. There we go. Alright, and just move that up a little bit. And these, the new blasters, are supposed to go right up in here where the original ones would have gone. Yep, and there goes his blaster that I had on his back. Okay. Oh, yeah, no wonder why. Okay, yeah, I was trying to put it too far back. That's my bad. I couldn't really see up over the top of them. So, I mean, you can put them in extended, or you can put them in not extended, and you can see the difference right there. Okay, and here we go, and we got the sword right here. Let's see here. Okay, and you can actually put his sword in his hand. You're gonna have to bend the fingers, because even out of the box, and even having moved mine a few times, they are still a little bit on the brand new tough side right here. So I mean, it will post into the palm of the hand, or you can use the post hole in the thumb right there if you still wanted to. And then you can still tab the gun into the palm of his hand over here as well. So whichever way you choose, you can still do it. So there we have that. Alright, maybe I'll just take his other sword from his back here, and just take one of these blasters from up here. Okay. And then just lower this back down. Alright, so, and if we just get the Optimal Primus version, right here. Yep. There we go. And you can still plug this into his hand as a blaster, or as like a club or sword or whatever, and then you can still plug this into his hand, although it doesn't go down because all the way, because these little ribs in here kind of prevent it from going down any further, and I'm not going to take a chance on breaking anything. So you can still do this, which I think is quite cool. Alrighty, and the instructions are for this kit are probably the exact same instructions, and just looking at it, yeah, it does have the little bit of extra if you were to get the I forget what it is that they're calling that kit, where he looks like Optimus Primal in that coloring. So okay, well, probably the EX. That's probably what that is. So it includes the club that would actually come with his chair, with that Power of the Primes, the 13 Primes chair there. So there we have that. Okay, so I still can't actually find my instructions for where all the pieces go for transformation, so I'm going to have to rely on the back of the packaging, which is unfortunate. You know, I've spent the whole last week trying to see if I could find them, and I just can't find them. So alright, I'll just do the best that I can as quickly as I can possibly do it. So we're just going to take his shoulder pads off here. And we'll just take him off here. Alrighty, and well, you know, and if I also ended up having my my Power of the Primes instructions, might have actually helped too. Those are actually in a box downstairs. So Which doesn't quite really help matters. So, oops, there we go. Ah, that's turned the wrong way. Alright, and these do tab in the way the other ones did, right into the forearm. So, go for that one. And I just knocked the camera around. Alrighty. Okay, come on. Head, there we go, thank you. And alright. Okay, so then we got this bit right here. Okay, so we are gonna have to take these out here. And then yeah. Yeah, well, obviously I got this whole thing turned around quite good. Oh, and I'm just knocking absolutely everything over here. Alright, come on. Do. Oh, this can't be upside down. Can it? Well, obviously you can tell that I haven't had a whole lot of time to mess around with my guy here, which is unfortunate. So, alright, no, we should be good. And then we put the wings up. Or the fins, I should say. Alright. Okay, so we just keep this pushed in and then leave this part out, and then these will just go into that post right, or the post hole right there on either side. Oh, switch those around. come on, come on. Alright. There we go. Alright, and now alright, well, one of the options for the newer blasters is to put them in these screw holes right here. I mean, if you were seeing the product shots that I have in front of me, this is one of the places they're telling me to put it, is just right there. The blasters is still showing to post them right back here. And then with the swords right, with the swords just right here, and the post hole right in here on the blaster. But I'm pretty sure that you'd still be able to peg those in right there. So you can do that. Alright, that's pretty much what you're going to get from that particular mode. Alrighty. And of course, you're going to end up having the vehicle mode, and you just take these and then tab them into the corresponding channels right in here to make the wheel. Okay. And I don't know, I probably had the shoulders in the forward position when they probably shouldn't have been, but oh well. Alright. So there we go for that, and these are still supposed to plug into the hands here. And gotta do that from up underneath right here. Yep. So if it will actually go in. Come on. There we go. Sometimes it just takes a little bit of oomph. There we go. Alright, and this is the point in time where we flip the wheels over, get those pegged into place, and then we put the fins back in. And this is where I wish that these legs actually pegged into place. Because, I mean, they are not secure. And then this still goes back on the exact same way. I was just trying to move it up out of the way, just so that way I could see what I was doing. And I know that I found it easier to move the legs themselves down. And this is supposed to... where do we go here? Oh, and right here, well, because those are supposed to, these two tabs here are supposed to plug in up underneath, right up in the front here. Alright, right up in the front here. So, but kind of, oh, that's probably why right there. Needed to be forward. Oh yeah, and just move the wings up. Yep, I'm forgetting things. As is obviously can be seen. So, see, this is where video editing comes in handy, because then you can already have the bot in the base mode and then just show the what fors. But yeah, these tabs right here, they just push right up into the slots, right up underneath the cockpit area right there. Just like that. And then of course again, if you want to, you can, and that wheel came out. Okay. You can plug the blasters and the swords right up in the top here, but that is technically his stationary vehicle mode right up in here. So it's basically the same thing as the flying mode. But there we go. And then I'll just pop that off right there. And let's see if I can get these popped out of his hand. And not that popped off. Well, actually, I don't know, maybe. Okay. Okay, yeah, you can. Come on. Okay, and it was kind of hard to get this one side in, and now it's being a pain trying to get it out. Yeah, but at least you know that they'll actually stay. So, okay, come. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Yay, got that. Alrighty. And we got that. Okay. There. How about that? The leg didn't want to go down all the way even without the little fin out of the way there. And then, you know, just you know, well, you know, obviously you can, if you want to, you know, just take these off, leave them on, take them off, leave them on. I guess if you wish, just, you know, choose to orientate the hands however you actually want to. But, you know, obviously he was meant to... Oh, come on. There. No, that's not straight. There we go. Okay. Oh, I forgot to flip that wheel back there. And then obviously they just show him cruising on his glider for part of the product shot. Even though we all know he can cruise on his glider, and I popped the fin off. And everybody knows that he's obviously not stable enough. Not really. Not most of the time. And then you still got the blasters, and you still got the swords. But, I mean, obviously he will look exactly like he did, even without the newer hands or these bits right here. Because, I mean, where these tires come in handy for this mode, I would have been able to know if I actually had those instructions. But seeing as I don't, and the only place where these usually end up getting stored is in your Optimus Primal, and there's no way to really store them as far as I can remember from previously looking at the figure when I actually had the instructions for this. I just can't remember. If you wanted to, you could probably, you know, just plug them in right to the sides here. But I do believe that this is the one mode where you can't actually store the tires. I could be wrong. I definitely could be wrong. And I do apologize for, you know, how long it was taking for the transformations on this. And I do apologize for not having the instructions. Because most of the time I leave the instructions right in the box, and they were definitely not inside the box. So, you know, there's that. I mean, if you have a want to leave him in, you know, his flying jet mode, you wouldn't even be able to store him in this Optimus Primal because of the fact that they're supposed to actually be stored in here. Yep, blaster down. Be stored in his chest cavity while he's in his actual robot mode. So, well, his optimal Optimus mode. So, couldn't really do that either, unfortunately. Alrighty. Well, hopefully you have found this video to your liking, even with the drawback of not having the instructions from the DK-08, the first half of this kit. Still, otherwise this would have gone a little bit more smoothly, or if maybe I had pulled out the other one of these, but seeing as I'm only going to have Optimus, Optimal Optimus in that particular mode, and then the Optimus Primal for the line, I actually have the other one of him in the box in storage at the moment. So, oh, there we go. Okay, as far as next week goes, I do have a Transformers model, and I'm actually going to be building that on camera. It's already pre-recorded and everything. The only thing is, I'm going to say that it was only meant to be in 2 parts, but I obviously didn't realize it was going to take as long as it did. And when you start watching it, you'll actually hear me say the part 2 a couple of times on it. And the only thing is also that my camera has automatically broken it up into smaller videos. So, you know, it's just a little bit of a heads up that I'm going to have to actually maybe upload 2 parts at a time, because the first part ended up being about an hour, or maybe a little over an hour, and it looks like it has broken it up into at least 3 parts. And then the second part, which was twice as long, might have 5 or 6 different parts that's broken into. So I'm probably gonna have to end up labeling them up each different section that I have, you know, like part 1, part 2. At least that way it's broken up a little bit, so you don't have to sit there for like a whole hour and watch the one thing, and then sit there for like 2 hours and watch that whole thing. So, quite unfortunate. So I figured I'd just give you guys a little heads up on that. So, I mean, yeah, it is a Transformers model. So, alrighty. Okay, so until the next Transformers upgrade, or I should say in this case the model build for Transformers, or until the next build your own R2 or the next build your own X-Wing, thanks for watching.